Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Building Southlake. So today we're probably going to continue on the same building that we worked on last week. Simply because of the fact that I actually really like the building and liked how it's turned out so far. So that's why I want to work on it some more. So yeah, it's been a great week. A lot of you guys have been coming back to the channel, so thank you very much for that. I can see the view counts going up every single week on Southlake. So again, thank you guys very much for that. This week's episode is not going to be too long. I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I need to kind of make this video a little bit quicker than what I would like to usually. This is probably going to be back around the 10 or 15 minute mark, so give or take some. So kind of not that much less time, but just a little bit. So again, don't be too upset with me. I just got some other stuff to do, got a lot of videos to edit, and a lot of different stuff to do. I mean, there's just so much. I got so much editing, and yeah. So one of the games I've really been playing a lot lately is, I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever heard of it, and I actually got early access thanks to SDI Sky Dance Interactive, I think is what it's called. Maybe that's the name of the channel or the company that makes it. But it's called Pwned. I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually heard of this game. It's spelled P-W-N-D. It's a very fun game. I've been playing it the past couple days and weeks. I wouldn't even say weeks, just maybe a week with no S. And it's such a very fun game. It's very addicting. And if you haven't seen what it's about or even heard of it, I wouldn't blame you, because I didn't even hear of it until a couple weeks ago. And it's just a really fun game. It's a 3v3 kind of game, and you have 3 different characters right now. I'm sure they're going to add more later as the game comes out, because I think right now it's in early access. I'm pretty sure, because right now I'm only playing against bots when I play. I played against one human though. I think I played against one human, and yeah, I did pretty good against him. But he still kind of kicked my ass, but I was with him on a fair level, I mean, I didn't do horrible. But it's such a very fun game. It's very fast-paced, and it's on PC. So I've been trying to get more and more into the PC world when it comes to games, because I kind of like the competitive aspect of PC, and it's just one of those things where PC, there's so much more competitive stuff going on with it compared to consoles. And when I look at PC, I see all these better players. I'm like, I want to play like that. I want more accuracy. I want more control over what I'm doing. And console, don't get me wrong, it's great. I still love consoles more than I like PC. That's because just what I grew up playing with. But I just don't like how inaccurate the controller is. The controller, it's great, especially Xbox. I love the Xbox controller, and especially the Elite controller. It makes a world of difference in my mind. But it's one of those things to where with the mouse and keyboard, you have so many more different options, and you have the accuracy. With the mouse, you just pinpoint where you want. I feel like with the controller, it takes a little bit, like a millisecond more time to aim where you need to. And in a first-person shooter like Rainbow Six Siege, that makes a world of difference. It really does. So it's one of those things where I just want to get better at and more get into the PC world. And I do play a lot when it comes to like survival games and stuff like that. But compared to, first-person shooters, I don't really play any of that stuff on PC. I just never have. That's why I actually started playing Pwned, because I like how that game plays and like how that game feels. So it's just one of those things, to where I want to get more into it, but it will take some time because, one, it can be very expensive. Luckily, I already have a good computer, but a lot more good games come out for PC a lot more often compared to console. Console, you kind of wait every year for like your main titles, like your Call of Duty and all those. But overall, I think if you want good games and more games, you got to go over to PC, where there's more variety out there right now. Hi, babe. So it's one of those things where the more you play on PC, I feel like I'm going to get addicted to it, just because there's so much more out there right now. And it's obviously a lot easier to code from a developer's standpoint to a PC, because of the simple fact that there's more options with PC when it comes to modding. There's a lot more different stuff that you can do compared to consoles. Consoles, you're kind of limited right now to what you can do, simply because of the fact that they don't really allow you to mod, which kind of sucks. I get it. It's a lot harder to mod on consoles, but I kind of wish to an extent you would be allowed to mod somewhat. On the Xbox 360, there were ways to mod stuff here and there, but it wasn't like on the same level, as PC. Like, they were small mods where like, oh, look, I just gave myself like $1 million in this game. Or for example, Minecraft, I could take my world off of the Xbox 360 and take it onto PC, and if I wanted to use World Edit, I never did that. I kind of did the flip-flop. I started my world on PC and made the river and everything, and then after that, then I went over to console to start all the buildings themselves. So again, it's just one of those things to where it just takes time. And the only problem is I'm not sure if consoles are ever going to have mods, which kind of sucks. I really want them to, like I said. I'm just not sure if it's ever really going to happen. I hear discussions about it when it comes to different developers wanting to do different things, but every time it kind of falls through and you're just like, okay, I've been waiting, and when is it really going to happen kind of thing. I kind of want to move this in a little bit. I don't like how close it is. We'll just bring it out one more. And I think, there we go. I just got to delete these. So going all the way up. So again, I mean, I could be wrong here in my judgment of PC versus, consoles, but please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I'm not bashing on consoles. I love consoles more than I love any other, what would you call it, platform. So I especially love Xbox. This is what I grew up playing. A lot of you guys are probably PS4, which I've seen in the comments. It's just one of those things where I never liked, I'm not going to get into it. That could just create a whole new argument. But I was going to say, like, the reason why I never played PS4 or just any PlayStation is, it's not what I grew up with. You always want to play what you grew up with. And I always felt like just most of my friends were on consoles, which is one of the other main reasons why you're going to choose a console, is because you want to play with your friends. That's like the most important thing when it comes to deciding what games you want to play is, hey, what games do you have kind of thing. Let's see. So we need to have, what, 3? Perfect. So right here. Go up with that. And kind of going over some other news, I actually went to a new thing the other week, actually last weekend, called Twitch St. Louis. So as you guys know, I've been doing more stuff on Mixer, but I didn't know there's actually a Twitch community here in St. Louis, which is where I live. So I've actually been going to more of those, and I will say it's a lot of fun. It's really cool finding other people that are interested in the stuff that you're interested in, because you don't find that too often, right? I mean, one of the reasons why you play games is because of the fact that, one, you don't like to communicate with the outside world. I'm kind of like that. I can communicate just fine, but I don't really prefer to. I just like kind of being by myself kind of thing. But it's one of those things where it's really cool finding other people that are interested in the exact same thing you are. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I want to go to these conventions and stuff like that, is simply because of the fact that you're surrounded by people that are in the same boat and are into the same things as you, which is so hard to find, especially in gaming, I feel like, because I'm a pretty hardcore gamer. I like gaming a lot. I play it all the time. Some people, they like gaming, but they don't play it every single day. They don't have the same, seriousness about it. And that's what I've never found that in anybody else. Like, I've never had friends that I always played console games with besides VJ, and him and I kind of met through one of our friends. So it's one of those things where it is kind of, it's so nice to be able to find those people that are into the same thing as you. So let's kind of just keep bringing these things up. I'm not going to make it too much taller. We're getting pretty tall here already. How tall is this thing? I was not expecting it to get this tall. Does it fit, though? I feel like we actually could make this work. Yeah, so I think maybe... This kind of reminds me of one of the buildings I had on Newfield City back in the day. So maybe we'll stack it up just one more layer, and then we're going to call it quits. Wow, we've already come up almost on 10 minutes. By the time we get done, this will be 10 minutes long. This is one of those things where it just, time flies by. So now what we need to do is just add in our cross braces. I'm not sure what kind of windows I want to use yet, and I really get the feeling I didn't save the world. Like, even though the building was still here, I've been getting really bad about not saving the world before I exit, and I don't know why. And like, usually I make sure I always save before I leave. Lately, I feel like I just been leaving and not saving, and I'm losing stuff because of it. Like the down low area down there, I had all that completed, and nope, now it's gone. So because of the fact that I just didn't save. Don't know why. Again, I always save on almost everything, single thing I do, unless I don't like it. That's why I don't turn autosave on, is because of that reason. But it's just one of those things where it's like, what's wrong with me? I always save. Why am I doing this? Okay, so kind of top that off. So I think we're going to be pretty good. Next is just kind of turning the building. And then we're going to have probably glass all the way on this side. So, ooh, that'll actually look pretty good, I think. Alright, so guys, thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I know this video is a little bit quicker than some of the other ones. I just got a lot of stuff to do today. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for another episode of Building Southlake. Bye-bye.